Hello my beauties! Today we're going to be doing the first Sephora haul of 2019. I just purchased a couple things, nothing too huge. It's not going to be a gigantic haul, but I did want to share a couple of the things I purchased with you guys. There's a couple newer releases as well, and so let's get into it. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I hope you guys are enjoying the new year, and so let's go ahead and jump into the haul. Alright, so the first thing I purchased, I already actually tested out. It is the thing that is on my nails right now. It's the beautiful Nail Lacquer by Pretty Vulgar. It's a newer shade, I believe. It's called Free as a Bird, and it is just so stunning. Like, the packaging has this metal little label kind of engraved into the bottle, and it has a little bit of a gold detail on top, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, like, dusty mauve. I have never tried any nail polishes from this brand before, but it went on really opaquely. It dried pretty quickly, which is a very, very, very important thing for me in nail polishes because I have zero patience and I always mess my nails up. And so they came out pretty great. I'm still testing it out, but this color is for sure going into my favorites, no doubt. And even the packaging of this brand is so adorable. Kind of has like a vintage inspired look to it. Has a cute little teacup and some tea being poured into it. And so I really enjoy it. So far, so good. And I really want to try a couple more of their nail colors. I have played around with some of their other makeup like liners and blushes, and we have had a couple things from BOXYCHARM from them, and so I do really enjoy their brand. One of my favorite eyeshadow palettes actually is from Pretty Vulgar. It's called the Phoenix Rising palette, and I adore that palette, that eyeshadow palette so much, and so I will most likely pick up a couple different colors and just keep updating you guys on how the formula is. But for now, it's a great nail polish. Now let's continue. The next thing I bought is a little mini set of the Bite Beauty lipsticks. I really enjoy these cute little mini sets just because they give you like 4 different shades that you can test out and try, and they have this cute little tin packaging, and then they open up and you have 4 of the lipsticks. Now I will go ahead and do some swatchings with these later on in the video if you guys want to just hang in there, but these are the 4 colors, so they give you a little bit of a variation from a darker to a more mauve to a more nude, and then maybe like a berry color, usually more or less. Kind of, they give you a little bit of a variety, so it's not like all the same family of colors. So we will go ahead and swatch those in just a second. Next thing we also will swatch up close is a new Stilla Magnificent liquid shadow. I purchased one of their new colors from their newer collections. This is Hypnotic, and these are like the dual chrome ones. This is the one that kind of caught my eye, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of like, it's dark and black, but then you shift your hand and it shifts the color, and it's kind of reflective, and I'll show you guys up close as well. Now, one random thing I added into my cart is this Prep Rally Prime and Prep Detangler. It comes in a little bottle like this. I don't know why. I usually am not like super huge into like hair products just because I have certain ones that I really do love and enjoy and just keep using them over and over. But I did find that when I do use like a detangler in my hair, especially after I dye my hair, it helps with just like the slickness of my hair. And so I've used it a couple times. I am not the biggest fan of the scent. It's not anything like bad, but it's kind of like herbally, and I do use my Orbay hair mask, and that mask makes my hair smell so amazingly awesome that afterwards, when I applied this into my hair and sprayed it in when I was blow drying it, it kind of just made them smell like this, and it took away my Orbay scent, and so that was kind of just disappointing in general. But I will keep using it, and just maybe not on the days when I use that mask. One detangler that I do really enjoy is that it's a 10, and you can get this at like Target or Ulta, and this one is like a leave-in treatment, keratin treatment, and I've been using this one for years and I really do enjoy it. So if you're wanting something that's kind of like nutritious for your hair and is gonna kind of detangle and soften and smooth your hair, I would highly suggest this one because I've been using it for years and I still do use it, and I actually like this one better than this one. Next thing I purchased is a Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation. I have recently been trying to experiment a little bit more with like higher end foundation because I have been obsessed with drugstore foundations so much that it's time for me to kind of get out of my comfort zone and try like a little bit more high end foundations, even though I feel like I can find really good matches in the drugstore. I do tend to go through foundation pretty quickly, so for me like 30, 40, 50 bucks for foundation is pretty pricey, where I can get something from the drugstore for 10 bucks and it will pretty much work just as well. For example, I love the Maybelline foundations. I really do enjoy the L'Oreal foundations. And this is a matte formula that claims to last up to 24 hours, so it will be a great foundation to try out for the springtime. And then one thing I purchased that I really wanted to purchase in a different shade is the Sephora Gel Concealer. I actually received one of these samples a while back, and I used this darkest shade in the shade Toffee for like a bronzer, like a liquid bronzer, and it just like melted into my skin. I was so impressed with it that I really wanted to purchase one. And unfortunately they didn't have that shade, but they were on a discount for like $7. So I purchased the shade, let me see here, Praline. I think that's the shade. It's not as dark as the one that I used for like bronzing, so I might just use this one maybe as contour, or maybe when I get tanner in the summertime for concealer. But I really want to pick this one up in the shade Toffee because it did kind of just melt and buff into my skin so nicely. And I'm not the one to use like a ton of liquid products. I'm more of like foundation, concealer, and then everything else is powder, from blush to bronzer to highlight. So I'm trying to also get out of my comfort zone a little bit and trying new different things and kind of mix matching. So hopefully this is going to be good. And the last thing that I had my eye on for quite some time that I really wanted to add into my cart is the Lolita palette that was on my wish list. It is so beautiful. Like, the packaging is just stunning. I mean, Kat Von D is always like such a creative artist that I'm always like impressed by her work. And so it has all the shade names in the back. It's an all matte mauve palette. And so you guys know I'm already gonna get my hands on it just because it's mauve. And these are the shades. We're gonna go ahead and swatch it in just a second here, just so you guys can see like the pigmentation, the formula, the colors. And it is a matte palette, so it has from the lightest to the darkest. And it has the shade Lolita, which is kind of, you know, the inspiration for this palette from her liquid lipstick, which also I do really enjoy. So I'm thrilled to start using it. And those are all the items that I picked up online from Sephora for this haul. Now, I'm not sure if I told you guys yet, but I have been playing around with the NUDE Huda Beauty palette. It's actually what I have on my eyes today, and it is amazing. It's actually much better than I have ever expected. Like, some of the glitter shades are spectacular. There's a couple metallics that are really reflective and fun. And then there's a bunch of really like mauvey mattes. And so I'm definitely going to be comparing the two palettes, kind of vice versa, just because they're in the same family of colors. And then also, if you guys were wondering what's on my lips, I have Truffle by Dose of Colors in a matte formula. I really enjoy this formula. It's one of my favorite nudes. But yeah, but those are all the products that I have picked up and I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys have any thoughts and opinions, let me know in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and do some up close swatchings, and then I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, my beauties, so let's go ahead and unpack these together and kind of swatch them. This first thing is the Stilla liquid eyeshadow, and I love their liquid glitters. They're absolutely some of my absolute favorites. Okay, I'm just gonna rip into this because I don't have any patience. So this is the shade that I picked out, and this is in the shade Hypnotic. Okay, and this is one of their colors from their newest collection of these like super reflective dual chrome shades. And so this is what this one looks like. It has kind of like a, I don't know, like a mauve shade to it, but it's dual chrome, so it reflects in different lights, different ways. So it looks dark and black, but in the light It has this like lilac, violet, almost reflection to it, and it's so beautiful. It's definitely more of like a metallic shade, and I cannot wait to go ahead and play around with it. Now, next thing we're gonna go ahead and swatch are the Bite Beauty's minis lipsticks. I love these collections. They are so affordable, such a great deal for gift sets. And so this is what this one looks like. Let's go ahead and go through all the colors. These are the colors on the back. I'm gonna leave that up. And so this first one is the shade Nori, and this is, ooh, a very nice kind of like a darker cherry color. And this is what this one looks like. I really like Bite Beauty lipsticks overall, and so I've been a big fan for quite some time. This next one is in the shade Tannin, I think that's what it is. And this is what this one looks like. Ooh, it's also like a really nice burgundy shade. Oh, and it swatches a little bit lighter. Okay. And it seems like they're both in the cream finish. So let's go ahead and continue. This third one is in the shade Date. And this is what this one looks like. Ooh, this is one I would probably gravitate towards the most. It's like a really nice nude. All right, and it's also in a cream finish, so it's not a matte, but it has a little bit of a sheen to it. And the last one is the Snake shade, is the shade Snake, and this is what this one looks like. Wow, very beautiful. It's a mauve. It's a definite mauve, dusty mauve shade. And so that's what that one looks like. Very beautiful. I feel like my two favorite would be these two right here that I would definitely gravitate towards. And so that's a very nice set. Now the next thing is the new Kat Von D Lolita palette. This is an all matte palette that I finally got to purchase. And so are we ready? Dun, da, 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 da. Ooh. Okay, so I hope you guys can see. Alright, so I'm gonna go one by one and hopefully you guys can see my swatches here. The first one is Promesa, and I hope I pronounced these right, but this is what this one looks like. It's a very faint, light pink. Okay, and I'm gonna try to do as little editing as possible just so you guys can see how they apply. This next one is Besitos, and this next one is Besitos, and it's a little bit more on the darker side of the first one, and this is what this one swatches like. And I don't have any primer or anything on my skin, so I feel like they come out a little bit more patchy, but you can definitely build them up, as you guys can see. This next one, oh my gosh, I'm gonna butcher these names so bad. Okay, this next one is Recuerdos. I think that's what it is. It's a very nice dusty darker purple. And so this is what this one looks like, swatched. Ooh, I think I'm gonna like this one a lot. Now the next one is Hermosura, and this is probably gonna be my favorite shade of the bunch, which I'm probably gonna end up mixing all of these together. But this is what this one looks like and swatches as. It's a little bit dustier actually, but it's a very nice, like in the crease shade, I believe. And let's continue. The next one is Con Amor, and I'm just gonna do it with my thumb. It's a very nice burnt kind of mauve slash brick color, I want to describe it as. All right, and so this is what this one looks like. All right, so I cleaned my fingers and now we have 3 shades left. Up next we have Lolita, and this is the signature color of her liquid lipsticks, and this is the color that the palette was kind of orchestrated with. Then we have Corazon, and this is like a really nice plummy purple. Ooh, very nice. I feel like this would be beautiful in the crease to darken it and make it a smoky eye. And then the last one is Eterno, and this is like a really dark smoky purple. And let's go ahead and swatch this one. Now I'm not sure how these are going to blend out on the eye, but there was a couple that were not as creamy as I would want them to be. So I'm gonna have to play around with it, and I'll definitely update you guys on it. But so those are the little swatches for you guys. Alright, my beauties, so that is it for today. Those were the swatchings. Those were the products that I picked up from Sephora. I am so happy you guys kind of joined me today just to hang out, just to chit chat about some new releases and some new makeup. I'm really excited to get my hands into all this and kind of start playing with it. I will definitely be doing an empties video of all my products for 2018, so stay tuned. It will be most likely posted next week. And also, if you guys have any requests of any video topics that you would like me to do or talk about or record, also let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your guys' opinions as always. And so I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, your week, your weekend, and I will see you guys in my next video. I am sending you guys lots of love from me to you. Stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you guys shortly. Lots of love. Bye. Mwah.